Waking up hungry? Be careful what you reach for. Some foods can cause serious discomfort when consumed on an empty stomach. Today, we're exploring the top 10 foods you should avoid when your stomach is empty. Like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more nutrition tips. 1. Citrus fruits and juices. That morning glass of orange juice might be doing more harm than good. Citrus fruits like oranges, grapefruits, lemons, and limes contain high levels of acid that can irritate an already empty and sensitive stomach lining. When consumed first thing in the morning, this acid can cause heartburn, acid reflux, and even ulcers in susceptible individuals. Studies show that citrus acids on an empty stomach can increase stomach acid production by up to 40%. Citrus fruits are incredibly healthy, but timing matters. Instead, enjoy these vitamin C powerhouses after you've eaten something else, or as a mid-morning snack. This simple adjustment allows your stomach to create a protective buffer against the acids. 2. Coffee and caffeinated beverages. For millions, morning coffee is non-negotiable, but drinking it on a completely empty stomach might be sabotaging your day. Coffee stimulates hydrochloric acid production, which should primarily be reserved for digesting meals. When this acid is regularly produced without food to process, it can gradually damage your stomach lining. Coffee's acidity can increase symptoms of acid reflux and heartburn when there's no food to buffer it. The caffeine also triggers the release of cortisol, your stress hormone, which can lead to increased anxiety and energy crashes. Don't worry, you don't need to give up your morning cup. Simply pair it with breakfast or at least a small snack containing protein and healthy fats to create a protective barrier. 3. Spicy foods and hot sauces. That leftover spicy dinner might seem tempting for breakfast, but think twice. Spicy foods contain capsaicin, the compound that creates the burning sensation which can severely irritate your stomach lining when there's nothing else there to buffer it. On an empty stomach, spicy foods can cause painful burning sensations, cramping, and even nausea. Research shows that capsaicin increases stomach acid production by nearly 70% when consumed on an empty stomach, potentially triggering conditions like gastritis and peptic ulcers. If you love spicy food, enjoy it later in the day after you've eaten other foods that can help dilute the capsaicin's effects. 4. Raw vegetables and cruciferous vegetables. While nutritional powerhouses, raw vegetables, especially cruciferous ones like broccoli, cauliflower, and kale, can wreak havoc when consumed on an empty stomach. These vegetables contain raffinose, a complex sugar that remains undigested until it reaches the large intestine, where bacteria ferment it, leading to bloating and gas. Raw vegetables also contain high fiber content, which can irritate an empty stomach lining. This doesn't mean you should avoid these nutritional superstars. Instead, save them for later meals when your digestive system is already active, or lightly steam them to break down some of the hard-to-digest fibers. If you're craving a morning vegetable boost, try vegetable-based smoothies that include some protein and healthy fats. 5. Yogurt and fermented foods. Surprising, isn't it? While probiotic-rich foods like yogurt and kimchi offer tremendous health benefits, consuming them on a completely empty stomach may nullify their positive effects. When your stomach is empty, it contains high levels of acid that can destroy many of the beneficial probiotic bacteria before they reach your intestines. Research indicates that up to 60% of probiotic bacteria from yogurt may be killed by stomach acid when consumed on an empty stomach. Additionally, the sudden introduction of active bacterial cultures to an empty digestive system can cause temporary bloating. To maximize the benefits of these fermented foods, consume them as part of a meal or snack that contains some carbohydrates which will help buffer stomach acid and ensure more probiotics survive. 6. Pastries and processed sweets. That tempting donut or muffin first thing in the morning is a recipe for an energy disaster. Refined carbohydrates and sugars on an empty stomach cause rapid spikes in blood glucose. Without protein or fat to slow absorption, your body releases a surge of insulin in response, leading to a subsequent crash that leaves you hungrier and more fatigued than before. Studies show that high-sugar breakfasts on an empty stomach can reduce cognitive performance by up to 25% within hours. The empty calories provide no sustained nutrition, leaving your body still seeking nourishment. If you occasionally crave something sweet in the morning, pair it with protein and fiber, like having a small pastry alongside Greek yogurt with nuts, to blunt the blood sugar impact. 7. Alcohol. While most wouldn't consider alcohol a breakfast beverage, brunch cocktails can be particularly harmful. Alcohol on an empty stomach is absorbed into your bloodstream within minutes, reaching the brain and liver much faster than when consumed with food. Blood alcohol concentration can reach levels up to 70% higher compared to drinking after eating. This rapid absorption not only intensifies intoxication, but also maximizes damage to the stomach lining, potentially causing inflammation. Studies show that consuming alcohol on an empty stomach increases the risk of developing gastritis by nearly 80%. If you do consume alcohol, always do so with or after a meal containing healthy fats and protein, which can slow alcohol absorption by up to 50%. 8. Tomatoes and tomato products. That morning tomato juice or leftover pasta sauce might be setting you up for digestive distress. Tomatoes contain high levels of tannic acid, which increases stomach acid production and can irritate the stomach lining when there's no food present to buffer it. On an empty stomach, the acids in tomatoes can trigger heartburn, reflux, and general discomfort, especially in those already prone to acid-related digestive issues. Additionally, tomatoes contain significant amounts of tyramine, which may trigger headaches in sensitive individuals when consumed on an empty stomach. This doesn't mean you should avoid tomatoes. They're rich in lycopene and other beneficial compounds. Instead, enjoy them later in the day as part of meals. 9. Bananas. This might surprise you, but these popular fruits aren't always ideal on a completely empty stomach. Bananas are rich in magnesium and potassium, minerals that can temporarily increase acid production when nothing else is present in your digestive system. For individuals with already high stomach acid levels, this can trigger heartburn or discomfort. Bananas also contain natural sugars that, when consumed alone first thing in the morning, can cause a moderate blood sugar spike followed by an energy dip. Most significantly, bananas contain high amounts of natural carbohydrates that, without accompanying protein or fat, may leave your stomach feeling satisfied, but your body still craving additional nutrients. Instead of eating bananas completely alone, pair them with a source of protein and healthy fat, like a tablespoon of almond butter. 10. Carbonated beverages. Starting your day with a fizzy drink might seem refreshing, but it can lead to significant discomfort. Carbonated beverages, even plain sparkling water, introduce carbon dioxide gas directly into an empty stomach, causing immediate bloating and distension. This can stretch the stomach lining and trigger pain receptors, especially in those with sensitive digestive systems. Studies show that carbonation can increase intra-abdominal pressure by up to 30% within minutes of consumption on an empty stomach. For those prone to acid reflux, this pressure can force stomach contents upward into the esophagus. Additionally, many carbonated drinks contain citric acid as a preservative, which further irritates an empty stomach. If you enjoy carbonated beverages, save them for at least 30 minutes after you've eaten something substantial. Start your day right by avoiding these foods and choosing gentle options like oatmeal, smoothies, or avocado toast instead. Have you made any of these morning mistakes? Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for our next video on the best food combinations for maximum nutrition. See you soon.